Hello there and welcome back to the Spirit of Watercolor with Linda. And yes, I've been away on vacation last week, as you may recall, but today we're starting back in with our artist quote number 7. Okay, and I'm very pleased that I found one that's simple, easy to remember. You could say it every day in your mind and it could keep us inspired, motivated, encouraged, and really be just a simple, almost, I want to say, mantra to say over and over, meditation, whatever you want to call it. And it's by an artist, a French artist that I have quoted before. Some of these artists do several quotes that are well known, and this is one that is a French artist, and his name is Henri, which is spelled Henri, but in French it's Henri, it's called Henri. Matisse, and he did some beautiful bright reds and yellows. His paintings are just filled with life and color, almost, I want to say musical to me. So check those out if you haven't seen his work. And the quote is, like I said, simple, and it creates a lot of food for thought for myself and hopefully for you. So let's hear the quote now, okay? And it's by, again, Henri Matisse, and he said, "Creativity takes courage." And that's it. Creativity takes courage. To hear that over and over again is so helpful to me, because every time I finish a painting and whether I felt successful or not sometimes, and then you have to do it again, but all the work involved and the accomplishment that you eventually have, you can kind of feel this wave of relief, and then to kind of get the energy back up and subside of fears of what if it doesn't come out kind of thoughts that seem to always pop up in artists. I think it's not that unusual. But once you get past that and get into your artwork and into your creativity, whether it's art or music or cooking or whatever it is you love to do that's creative. So people write. I mean, there's so many creative venues for us. Once you get into it, then this energy starts to flow and the creativity starts to come. And as I've said many times in my channel, it's a spiritual connection, that you're creating because you're connecting with the creative forces, that which creates all things, right? It's a wonderful thing to experience if you keep pushing forward with that. And so I hope this is a helpful quote, that it'll help us to continue together, to stay creative. And I wanted to show you something. It's kind of neat because I was on this trip, and of course we checked out, there wasn't a lot of gift shops in Gray Lane. That's where we were. There's one though that's an incredibly wonderful art gallery. If you get there, it's like the only one, I think, or one of two. And in there they had everything from low-cost art to, $1,000 art, beautiful things, things that were inspired by the river out there, like we're going to do in our next video, right? But also, I should show you, I have this little candle I got, and it's on a metal tray. Someone melted the metal, and then they attached on there Petoskey stones and copper and some other neat things on there, and then a candle holder so I could put my little twinkle light in there. And it's just beautiful, and it's so naturesque, and it reminds me of the nature I experienced up there. And so that was one creative thing, and I'd like to go there and purchase things. I can't do the $1,000 things. I can do the $20, $30 things. But creativity knows no boundaries. And anyway, the other thing, which I'm hoping you can see, I'll take one out maybe. Well, these earrings, let's see if you can see that. They're actually laminated watercolors. Take one off. they're laminated watercolor, and there's some stone, like beads and all this on these. So they painted on paper, and then they laminated that square. This artist did. I should get her name. I'll put it on the video. And I thought, I've never thought to do anything like that, right? I mean, you can take watercolor and put the watercolor ground on and paint boxes. I mean, there's just so many fun things that maybe we should try that too. So this is, you know, again, you go away and you get inspired by other artists, and then, you know, you have some new ideas and new things you can try. So anyway, I thought these were so cool, and I thought, well, you know, every time I go on a trip now, because I've got the Petoskey stones with the copper wire from when we went to Sutton's Bay, maybe I'll get something by an artist each time. And you're also helping artists to encourage them to create more too. Isn't that wonderful? So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that you'll keep this little quote in your mind like I am going to. And every time I get a little shy or feel lack of energy or an artist block or all these things that keep us from being creative, I'll remember with you and you with me, hopefully, that creativity takes courage. And like I said, you just gotta move past those fears and dive in. Play on some small sketch papers, right? And don't worry how they come out, but you know, get what you like out of those and move it on to the final pieces or final painting or paintings or whatever it is you're doing. If you cook a recipe and it doesn't come out the first time, the next time you do it, it'll be better because you'll know what it needed. It needed a little more spice or a little less pepper. Okay, so thanks for joining me. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much for coming and being a part of our creative journey.